Hey everyone, welcome to today's online devotion. As you know, we're in the season of looking at the theme of neighboring, about how to be a good neighbor and why we ought to be a good neighbor. Today we're in the Chapel Hills neighborhood, and our scripture for today is from the book of James, chapter 4 and the 12th verse, where it says, "There is only one lawgiver and judge, the one who is able to save and destroy. But you, who are you to judge your neighbor?" It's interesting as we read the book of James to keep in mind that James is the brother of Jesus. And as we read the Gospels, we get this insight into how Jesus' brothers in particular were incredulous. They kind of belittled him in his ministry, in his early ministry. We see this in the 7th chapter of John's Gospel. There's a point where his brothers are egging him on to go to Judea, and we're told that the Jews there were hostile to him, wanted to kill him, and we're told it's because his brothers didn't believe him. It's interesting how James has a lot to say about the tongue and about judging others, those close to us, our family, our neighbors. And I think it points to that reality that for James, he probably looked back and thought, oh my gosh, the damage I potentially did there. And he's kind of encouraging us not to do that. Because I think sometimes we have a tendency to judge. We have a tendency to have attitudes, say things, take actions that can minimize, that can belittle someone's personhood, their opportunities in life, their value as a person. And he's speaking to that reality and saying, look, don't do it. Create space for that person to be fully themselves. Create opportunities, open doors in the lives of your neighbors. Give them fullness of life, because you know what? That's going to get paid back to you, and you will experience that also. And so my encouragement to you today is to think about those relationships that you have. And you know what? Your neighbor may be the person living right next door. It may be someone in your family. It may be a neighbor that you work alongside with in your place of work. But think about those relationships. Think about, are there places where perhaps you may have been guilty of as putting a label across that person in a way that somehow reduces them. And perhaps open a closed door. Doesn't mean that they'll walk through it. That's a just decision that they have to make. But at least leave the open door for reconciliation and for the opportunity to grow in your relationship with that person. It'll be enriching for both of you. Think about who that might be for you, and have a great day.